Good morning, children. So today we are going to see the Angel in Disguise, the author's note alone. That is, he is author and he has written the lesson, An Angel in Disguise. So TS is actually the short form of Timothy Shea Arthur. And this Timothy Shea Arthur was known as T.S. Arthur. He was a popular 19th century American author, and he's famously known for his temperance novel, 10 Nights in a Barroom, in What I Saw There. And temperance novel is something to do with alcoholism, children. So there, which helped demonize alcohol in the eyes of the American public. And he was born on the 6th of June 1809 in Newburgh, New York, United States, and died on the 6th of March 1885, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. And his nationality, he's an American, and the place of burial, it's Woodlands, Philadelphia, Woodlands Cemetery, and which is in Pennsylvania, United States. And the movies, one of his stories were made into movies. That is 10 Nights in a Barroom and What I Saw There. So his stories, written with compassion and sensitivity, articulated and spread values and ideas that were associated with respectable middle class life in America. And he also believed greatly in the transformative and restorative power of love, as is shown in his story, An Angel in Disguise. So this is the place, Newburgh in New York, where Arthur lived as a child in. By 1820, Arthur's father, who was a miller, had relocated to Baltimore, Maryland, where Arthur briefly attended local schools. And at age 14, so this is Maryland, Baltimore, and this is Newburgh, New York. And so Arthur, at the age of 14, he apprenticed, means joined as a trainee to a tailor, but poor eyesight and a general lack of aptitude for physical labor led him to seek other work. And he then found employment with a wholesale merchandiser and later as an agent for an investment concern, a job that took him briefly to Louisville, Kentucky. Otherwise, he lived as a young adult in Baltimore itself. And that's a beautiful place, Maryland. It's kind of a tourist attraction. And smitten by literature, Arthur devoted as much time as he could to reading and fledgling attempts to write. By 1830, he began to appear in local literary magazines. That year, he contributed poems under his own name and pseudonyms to gift to a book called The Amethyst. So pseudonyms is a false name, a different nickname. So this is the satellite picture of Newburgh in New York, United States, children. So this is also Newburgh. And this is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. And this is his place of burial in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. That is the Woodlands Cemetery. This is where he is buried. So these are the places where he had spent some time. Fort Montgomery in New York. So these are some of his books, children, written by T.S. Arthur. So this is from your reader. And he began to write for magazines in 1830, contributed poems under his name as well as the pseudonym as a gift book called The Amethyst. And in 1840, he wrote a series of newspaper articles on the Washingtonian Temperance Society. He also published his first short tale, Tired of Housekeeping in Godey's Ladybook. In 1854, 10 Nights in a Barroom and What I Saw There. And that helped demonize alcoholism in the eyes of the Americans. And he is son of William Arthur and Anna Shea, and dad was a miller. And he was born on the 6th of June 1809 and died on 6th March 1885, and died of a kidney problem. All right, children, so this is T.S. Arthur. He was a popular 19th century American writer, and his stories, written with compassion and sensitivity, articulate and spread values and ideas that were associated with respectable middle class life in America. So, articulate here means effective. It was really, really effective that they were able to associate with respectable and middle class life in America. In his story, An Angel in Disguise, what is the meaning of an angel in disguise, children? So, we would have seen pictures of angels with white clothing and wings, all that. So, here, angel in disguise, angels are who we consider as angels in our life, or actually, angels are messengers of God. Messengers will carry good news, usually, especially from God above. So, an angel in disguise here, anybody and everybody that comes in the form of a human being or an animal or whatsoever to help you. Disguise here, it's a kind of with a different appearance. Okay, so, in his story, An Angel in Disguise, T.S. Arthur describes the transformative and restorative power of selfless love. Restorative here, ability to restore strength. That's power of selfless love. Selfless love is not very selfish. So if you do something, I will do. No, it's not like that. Like your parents, they love you and show all the love and care that they have for you with no expectations. And it relates the advent of Maggie, a frail young orphan, into the lives of wheelwright Joe Thompson and his vinegar tempered wife Jane. So, here we are going to speak about an angel in disguise who was none but Maggie. So, Advent here, an appearance of Maggie, a frail young orphan. So, this Maggie wouldn't be able to even move. So, she requires somebody's help even to use the washroom. So she had broken, I mean, her legs are paralyzed because she fell down from the window sill, and she fell and she hurt her spine and she became paralyzed below her hip. So such a frail, weak young orphan comes into the lives of a wheelwright. Wheelwright is a person who makes and repairs wooden wheels, whose name was Joe Thompson, and his vinegar tempered wife. Vinegar tempered, always there's a kind of sourness in her speech, ill tempered. That's probably because she never had any children. This is a childless couple. So if there a mother, if the parents, if somebody doesn't have children, they will not have anything to concentrate on, so they can never show love and affection to others. And the miraculous effect that the child's presence has on the woman's character, and the happiness that the child could bring to her adoptive family, is what we are going to learn about. So this lesson, what we are going to see, is written in third person narrative. And the other work, if we see, The Lady at Home, The Debtor's Daughter, All's for the Best, The Good Time Coming. All these are some of his works, other famous works. Okay, the themes as such, if you see, selfishness versus selflessness. That is Farmer Jones and Mrs. Ellis. And so the Farmer Jones, we will learn about him. Farmer Jones and Mrs. Ellis, they're very selfish. So the selfishness is shown in their character. The selflessness is shown in Joe Thompson's character, who was the wheelwright. So love as redeemer, it portrays that the redeeming power of love through the character of Mrs. Thompson, who is hard-hearted at the beginning and transforms later into a loving mother. So that is what we are going to see. So that is it about the author's note, children.